you. Watch your back while you're sleeping. Watch your back when you're outside. Watch your back when you're in the toilet. Watch your back when you're in bed. You're doing a 24/7 subathon? I wonder where you got that idea from. You're done, kid. You're done.
So if you may have noticed, the backdrop behind me is quite different, as in there is literally nothing. That's because I'm in Australia at the minute to do a meet and greet at PAX. You may have also noticed I look like a rotting corpse. That's because I've traveled from the UK to Australia, basically on no sleep, and every time I've tried to sleep the past 2 days, I can't. I hate jet lag so much. I think I've been able to have like 2 hours of sleep across the past 2 nights. And then when I do sleep for like an hour, I'll have like the most bizarre nightmares. Like yesterday, I was dreaming about being chased by crabs for some reason. No idea why. And do you ever do that thing in your head where like you have a really bizarre nightmare and then you think it's real, like it's got to be from a film or a game, and then when you actually wake up and you come to your senses, it's like, okay, that's not real. I could make that real. You also might notice as well during this recording, I'm coming across as a little bit delirious because again, I am very, very tired. I'd also like to point out the camera setup that you're watching the video through right now. It's not very good, mostly because I forgot to bring my camera mount, so I've had to stack a bunch of objects on top of each other like a Jenga tower to make it work. You've got the microphone there, and then the camera, it's stacked on top of a Dyson travel case, and then hand-cooked potato chips. This is so scuffed, man. It's awful. It's gonna collapse. Like, I basically have the entire thing stacked on top of a Pringles can. Now, you'd probably think in this video, I'm gonna talk about Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, Lunchley. That can wait, all right? I've milked the cow a little bit too much. We're gonna take a breather there for a minute. But who I did want to talk about, who is a regular member of the channel, that being Neon, who surprisingly isn't doing a faking his death prank this time. So Neon has joined the race, which many other creators and streamers do, a 24/7 live stream. Now, loads of creators have done this before. I Show Speed, Kaisenat, Ludwig, and most recently Iron Mouse being the most popular streamers to basically do like a subathon and get an insane amount of viewers. One thing that is actually genuinely funny about Iron Mouse, I don't watch her content at all. She seems like a, very nice person. But the only reason why I think it's funny is because I remember seeing a clip of Aiden Ross seeing that Iron Mouse became like one of the most subbed streamers on Twitch, and he was absolutely seething.
How is this possible? Because I'll be with you guys, when Kai was doing the subathon, he was unfuckable. He had the most subs for a reason. I saw him everywhere on the internet. This is my first time I'm hearing about this person.
So back on the 28th of September, Neon put out this huge, highly produced trailer to basically hype up this subathon. This is the same thing that like the Sidemen do in the UK, Kaisenat does, these high produced like posters or trailers. But the reason why I mentioned, Ludwig, Iron Mouse, Kaisenat is because when you're watching one of their subathons, you're watching it for them. They are basically the main character. They might get some like cameos and stuff. Like Kaisenat gets the funny Phantom Tax Man that all the kids keep saying in the comment sections on TikTok. But for the most part, they are the protagonist. But what it seems that Neon is doing with this subathon, it's almost like kind of a Big Brother thing where he's going to be on site in this house, but also there's going to be 12 other content creators. More specifically, 6 guys and 6 girls. So in reality, this is basically Kick's equivalent of Big Brother. But if anything, it's going to go more in depth than Big Brother because as you know, Big Brother, they record everything is saved, but not all the footage is actually used for a lot of reasons. Like for example, if they swear or anything, that can't be broadcasted during the day, and some of it could be so vulgar that it might not even make the cut at all. But because it's Kick, I feel that everything is going to be put out there because let's be real, like most of the people that are going to be involved, like for example, Neon, these are people that have been banned all the time and then they just get a little slap on the wrist. I even talked about this a couple videos ago with the Jack Doherty situation. By the way, Critical, I am so sorry that I stole your face and I put it as the thumbnail. I just thought like if I didn't use some kind of inclusion of yourself, the video would get no views. I'm just hoping with this Big Brother ripoff, we're not going to end up with a Nasubi situation. If you remember, that was a character in a game show that was turned into a documentary called The Contestant. This was someone that was basically just doing, I think, like scratch cards the entire time to try to win money back. He was basically tortured on Japanese TV doing sweepstakes for around 15 months. I mean, it's already a little bit worrying that if you check out Neon's stream right now, he has a link to an actual official disclaimer that him or his team have made. And I could read out this entire disclaimer, and I would love to make the video as long as possible. But basically, the TLDR of it is it's trying to absolve him of any wrongdoing on a stream. Now, there's another character who I originally had my problems with, but anytime I see him online, he just became more funny now. And that is Fuzy Tube. I'm not sure why. He seems to be the biggest Neon hater out there. He was like OG hater on day one. But now Fuzy has basically straight up accused Neon of stealing his 24/7 subathon idea.
You're doing a 24/7 subathon? I wonder where you got that idea from, bitch. That means I'm gonna know where your location is for 30 days? Bet. Uh-oh.
Again, Fuzy, I think he's hilarious, but at the same time, bro did not invent 24/7 subathon, come on. Now, he kicks off this stream get it, by showing off this incredibly fancy mansion that, if anything, it just looks like an iCarly set. He also goes on to note something very important about the stream. There's going to be some fat people there. I don't know why he worded it like that. Like, genuinely, he didn't even say like bigger people. Like, he's like, you know, he could have listed like the A-list streamers and then the Z-list streamers, but no, he's just like, oh yeah, there's going to be some fat people here, by the way. He also tries to do like a little self-dig by calling himself fat, and he goes on to say the reason why he's mentioning that fat people are staying is because over half the budget is being spent on food. Otherwise, he basically does a tour of the house, shows off some of the rooms, the production crew, and explains some of the things that are happening during the subathon to the creators, like challenges. Apparently as well, they're going to be sleeping on bunk beds, and one creator a night is given the objective to cook for the rest of the contestants. Now, surprisingly, I wasn't given an invitation to this Kick 24/7 stream, but this would be where I'd have to draw the line, because as people know, my cooking isn't that great. Now, there's a lot of creators that you might actually know that are appearing on this series. Like, for example, Ali C. Lopez, or as you probably likely know her name, Gorlock the Destroyer. You've got Sam Frank as well, who is Neon's girlfriend. Ed Matthews. Now, if you know Ed Matthews, I did talk about him very, very briefly. There was this one character in like the UK scene of TikTok called Jack's Fitness, and he basically teamed up with Ed Matthews. Ed Matthews kind of like leached all of his clout and then cast Jack Fitness aside. There's other creators as well, like Shangel, Shello, Prime, not to be confused with Logan and KSI's Prime, B-Dave, and an Ice Spice lookalike. Don't worry, it's not Ice Spice, they couldn't afford her. It's funny as well because I don't even know if she was meant to be a lookalike, she just might look genuinely similar. But Neon, when he's trying to clip farm for his content during the subathon, will refer to her as Ice Spice or Pumpkin Spice. He also had a surprise visit from a former Disney Channel actor, Isaac Presley, and he was from the show Stuck in the Middle. And even, of course, you had the man, the myth, the legend, King back. I don't know how Bak always ends up like having a cameo in stuff like this. I guess it's just because he's in like the LA scene. Now, as you can expect, with the subathon with Neon at the helm, drama arose very quickly with a lot of bickering and beef between the contestants. Like, for example, one of the biggest running gags was apparently Ed Matthews was trying to steal Sam Frank from Neon.
Brought some freshly baked cookies.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Lalo, the content boys, everyone.
What does that mean?
Yo, the mid, I can't lie. Say thank you, bro. She made it.
And then there were other shenanigans as well, like, for example, lost luggage, fighting, and Neon announcing, unironically, not as a bit, definitely not clip farming, by the way, that he was having a Diddy party.
Listen, we're gonna have a party with like fucking 500 people in here, and we're gonna have every POV possible, so whatever happens, we get it on camera.
Swear on your life.
Have all the camera angles like a Diddy party.
And as you can imagine, I had no idea that this Kick live stream was even happening because I just don't go on the Kick website that much at all. But this got shared through word of mouth, or more likely, Neon's army of clip farmers. You get so many of these like Neon clip farming accounts that are like, you know, they're made with the purpose to like own him, but what they actually end up doing instead is basically promoting his product. So if anything, really, it wouldn't surprise me that most of these Neon bait accounts are on payroll. Despite that, the clip farming did actually seem to get a little bit out of hand, to the point that Neon even thought, can we even keep doing this subathon? One of the first things that happened to Neon, which I'm pretty sure you might have all seen online, and one of the main reasons I'm even doing this video, Neon's production team that he hired left 5 days after they'd begun filming.
Can someone please tell me what the f is happening? Can someone like speak to me for 2 seconds? Can I talk to you for a minute, bro, please? I don't know what the cause of this is. If it was because I was like saying the shit behind the camera, I would have said out of frustration.
Yeah, we're done. I'm sorry.
Now, this team was in charge with basically running like all the various cameras that were littered, you know, throughout the mansion to make sure that every single bit of content was collected and used for something. As well, on top of that, making sure that the content was being filmed because the cameras on live had to switch to a camera in the house where something was actually happening. Because, you know, if you were just filming a brick wall, that kind of sucks. So pretty abruptly, a lot of the team gathered their cameras, gathered their equipment, and basically just left the mansion. Now, Neon went into immediate beg mode to try to bring them back. He was apologizing, trying to talk to one of the cameramen, but they were basically just ignoring him. He also confronts a couple of the crew members that are packing up in front of the house, putting their cameras away, and they just said that they just don't want to work on this project anymore. And then Neon is molded because apparently he paid these guys up front $500,000, paying them another $500K at the end of the subathon, so $1 million.
Like, Trojan aside, do you know how much I paid for that, bro? Just say it. All my life, I swear to God, this whole thing costed $1 million. Everything.
No, clip farm.
So Neon, in response, has a bit of a baby rage. He breaks some vases, some glasses, some statues, and even pushes a chair on the ground in frustration.
And if I watch this retard chat, just start laughing. Watch. Watch this retard chat laughing. Laugh. Keep laughing, retards. Keep fucking. I didn't even intro. I'm so sorry. Keep fucking laughing. Keep laughing at me, bro. So funny. So fucking funny, bro.
Now, why would the crew get up and leave without saying anything to Neon? Is this another master tier clip farming from Neon? Is this all organized? Because I'll be honest, this is how I actually heard about this live stream, all the crew getting up and leaving. Now, even though I want to say that's the reason, there are actually another couple game theories which could be justified as well. Now, right before the crew walked out, Neon actually complains that there's so many Spanish people here and it's overpowering him. And you can see one of the crew members like genuinely upset with what he's saying, like when he's walking past Neon after he said it.
Bro, okay, I mean, but like, okay, it's cool and all, but like, bro, there's too many Spanish people in here, bro. I'm feeling like overpowered.
What you want?
Huh? Who's that? Hello.
This one.
There was also rumors of the camera crew as well talking smack about just the entire project in general, calling his chat ruthless 15-year-olds, and even at one point accused him of view-bossing his subathon stream. Now, those are all the actual valid reasons. The main reason that people think is, again, it's all clip farming, it's set up. He paid these people nowhere near 500K, maybe a couple $1,000s, and then gave them a tip to basically bounce and act like they were annoyed at him. A lot of Reddit scholars have like watched the clips over and over again, and they don't really seem to actually find any reason why the cameramen actually ended up leaving. It just seems like it really just happened out of the blue. And again, if this was like, you know, nearly any other streamer, you could think it's legitimate, but because it's Neon, he is the boy that has cried clip farm 20,000 times. So when an event like this happens, you're more inclined to believe that, yep, it's another clip farm. Now, let's say the situation actually happened. This sucks. Neon is down $500,000. That's a lot of money. And he's also missing an entire production crew to make this subathon actually watchable for the viewers at home. You know, the people that are going to type like L or W in chat and nothing else, and probably have iShow speed on the second monitor. But thankfully, the man, the myth, the legend was here to save the day. The face of Kick, Aiden Ross. So Aiden basically comes in clutch for Neon, offering to like bail him out for the entirety of the subathon, to get him a new team, a new crew, to make sure that everything is documented and filmed. But unfortunately for Neon, the problems don't end there.
You need a new camera crew?
Yeah, bro. Shit's fucked.
I mean, yeah, I could do some digging for you, bro.
Oh god, I appreciate you, bro, actually.
You gotta tell me what you need, man. I'll try to get some reinforcements over, but you gotta let me know what else. I just gotta get you a camera crew and work on it for you. Let me work on that.
Alright, just text me, let me know. Oh god, I appreciate you, thank you, bro.
So in the early morning of day 8, unsurprisingly, Neon's mansion was swatted. And obviously Neon was renting this place out, he didn't own it, so the landlord turned up and basically kicked him and his crew out. And then on top of that as well, his LA filming license was entirely revoked. So what does this mean? It means that Neon and his entire live streaming group have to find a new house within the next 2 days. Now Neon does still supposedly want to throw this like self-proclaimed Diddy party, and apparently he wants to throw it in such a high regard that it annoys the landlord. Yeah, I'm very sure the landlord's going to care about missing out on that.
I want to host the craziest party of my life tonight with like 1,000 bitches and like the craziest shit ever and like unlimited budget. Is there any way you could help, or is it too short notice?
Now, unlike the first incident I talked about with all the crew walking away, this one does actually seem to be legitimate because TMZ were also there. God, did I really use TMZ as like an actual source to like verify something? God, this channel's fallen off, man. So yeah, if it's only day 8 of this 24/7 Kick live stream and they're already being like kicked out of the house, I'm really not sure how long the content here is going to last for. Apparently day 9 will entail the crew trying to like, you know, survive in the wilderness, and then they might shift over to somewhere like Las Vegas for a little bit. But obviously losing your production company, the house you've rented, some of the contestants, it's not really a very good look. Honestly, if it survives the whole 30 days, which is, you know, the original intention of the subathon, I will have massive respect for Neon to keep it going for that long. Or, to be fair, it'll probably just end up with him doing yet another apology video.
And I wanted to say this was an eye-opener for me in my eyes.
By the way, I do want to say with the Neon situation, I know more things have happened since, but like I said, I was traveling on my flight, and then when I came into the hotel, I just crashed. This is basically my first day where like I'm semi-functional, so there is obviously a little bit to catch up on this as well. And the worst thing is, I think now I'm like 2 days behind on slop, and in commentary terms, that's about 5 years behind. Dude, by the time I'm like ready to record the next video, they're gonna bring out like a Lunchly sequel. I've already seen that clip on TikTok of like Mr. Breast being self-aware, like renting out like a whole, they've rented out like a whole cinema just to like snide all the people that are hating on Lunchly. Now this video might go out when I'm already at the meet and greet, but if not, Friday, Melbourne, PAX Australia, 5 PM to 9 PM. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit less rotting than I am now.